Yammanuri Bhavani Shankari,
Yes.
B.Tech ECE from MS Ramaya Institute of Technology. MS Ramaya Institute of Technology in Bangalore.
Yes, sir.
You are a native of
Anantapur.
Anantapur. So Anantapur people prefer to go to Bangalore. What is the difference between Bangalore and Hyderabad for you?
So for me, I can say it is a distance as well. It's very near. After Anantapur people, Bangalore is very near compared to Hyderabad. And the difference is what I have observed is one is the climate, it is cooler over there compared to Hyderabad. And the people are friendly over there and here, sir. That is both same. And I think there are more opportunities for job opportunities more in Bangalore since it's more of there are more software companies in Bangalore compared to Hyderabad. And rest all I find it's the same. Sir.
Hyderabad is also a serious software destination.
Yes, sir. Yes, that is true. I agree, sir. As I've studied in Bangalore, I've seen it personally.
So more opportunities in Bangalore than in Hyderabad.
I cannot pass that statement, sir, but as I've seen that, I can say that. Yeah.
Your interests are Carnatic music and yoga.
Yes.
Carnatic music. Are you a trained musician?
No, sir. I have learned for a year in childhood and later.
Which music? Carnatic?
Carnatic music, yes.
Carnatic music. Can you name the Trayoka of Carnatic music?
So, Trayoka, the three jewels are one is Purandara Das Garu, Tyagaraja, and Muthuswami Dikshit. Three people, the famous.
Purandara Dasu, Tyagaraja, Muthuswami Dikshit. Yeah. So Purandara Dasa is a poet in Kannada.
Yes.
Can you do you remember any song of Purandara Dasa? Tyagaraja?
Yes, sir.
Which?
I can say that Pancharatna Kritis. I can say that Jagadananda Karika, Marubela Rao Raghava. Those, yes, few of the songs.
What is the difference between Carnatic music and Hindustani?
Sir, one is Carnatic music is mostly practiced in South India, whereas Hindustani music is in North India. And the other is Hindustani music is mostly based on the raga. This is based on tala and both ragas, sir. Carnatic music, whereas what I'm saying is. And in Carnatic music, there is more rules and regulation compared to Hindustani music. And in Hindustani music, there is an influence of Persian and Muslim music over there, Islamic music over there. Whereas Carnatic music is not included with all those things. And Carnatic music is mostly developed in Bhakti moment period. And yes, and mostly there sitar, those are used more, and here tabla is used.
Carnatic music is complete Dravidian.
Yes, sir, complete.
Hindustani music is an admixture of Hindustani and Persian, non-Indian element, non-Indian subcontinental elements.
Yes, that's mostly influenced by that.
Have you heard about Tansin?
Yes, sir, I've heard.
Rag Malhar?
No, sir.
Rag Deepak?
No, sir, I've not heard.
Even in recent times, a guru is saying that you can cure illness or some diseases through music. Can you name who is that guru?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of.
Since you studied in Bangalore, I am asking this question. Otherwise, I would not have asked. I am giving you a clue in that way.
Yes, sir, I can understand that. I'm really sorry, sir, I couldn't.
Yes, Swamiji. Have you heard about Ganapati Satchidananda?
I've heard of him, sir.
Ganapati Satchidananda is a man who says music, therapy.
Okay.
Music therapy he devised this word. He is also popularized that word.
Thank you,
Music
sir.
therapy. Your dad is a high school teacher.
Yes,
Both parents
yes,
are. Both are working in?
My father has passed away in 2020 and my mother is working near Anantapur district. She works in a village.
Yamanuri is a place nearby Anantapur?
No, sir. Actually, there is a place near Karnool named Imiganuru. So, like my father has also guessed, they're not sure their ancestors were from those places. So that name might have come.
So, guy is missing from.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you heard about Macedoni? Macedoni inscription. since you prepared for Group 1 services, part of history.
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. I'm unable to recollect as well.
Have you heard about Shatavahanas?
Yes, sir.
Shatavahanas, one of the important inscription which is known as Makadoni,
Okay.
is near Rayalaseema region.
Okay.
That is actually in books you get it as Ballari, but it is not Ballari, it is Makadoni is near Adoni, Rayalaseema region.
Okay.
Makadoni. Anyway, do you know any inscriptions of Shatavahanas?
Shatavahana, yes, sir. One is, I couldn't recollect exactly, but yeah, Gautami Putra Shatakani has written. I mean, because of his achievements, his mother has inscribed it. I'm unable to recollect that.
Her mother,
His mother.
his mother, no, you were right, you did not do mistake. His mother, she did not inscribe, she issued.
She should, yes, sir.
If inscription means, if you say she inscribed, she has to physically chisel out the stone and write that.
Yes, sir. Sorry
Okay.
for that. Yeah. Yes, sir. She has issued the inscription. I'm unable to recollect the name and exactly.
Nasik?
Nasik, yes, sir. Yes, thank you.
Nasik
Yes,
Prashasti.
sir. Yes, sir. Nasik. Yes.
What do you mean by Prashasti?
Prashasti, I don't know. I don't know. It's like a name going on, like, can I say Telugu? Peru, Prakyati, Chadam.
ప్రశంసించడం.
Prashansinchadam.
ప్రశంసించడం అంటే
పొగడడం.
పొగడడం. ప్రశస్తి అంటే
Prashasti. And అలా అంటే పొగిడి రాయడం. Prashasti.
ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైంది.
Yes.
నాసిక్ ప్రశస్తి అంటే ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ యూ కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ యూలాజీ, EULOGY. అంటే ప్రశస్తి అంటే వాళ్ళ ఇప్పుడు నాసిక్ ప్రశస్తిలో ఏముంది, ఈ రాజు ఇంత గొప్పోడు అని పొగడం ఉంది, అది ప్రశస్తి అంటారు. ఓకే, యూ డిడ్ ECE.
Yes.
ECE full form?
Electronics and Communication Engineering.
Communication engineering. Why you are opting for some government service after having a technical degree with you?
Yes, sir. Actually, the thing is, since childhood, I'm motivated to be a civil servant, sir. But after, I like engineering. That's why I went to study engineering. And later, I worked for 3 years as a software engineer also. That is because it was a flow actually. I got job immediately when I finished my engineering. So I went to that. But since it was my childhood dream to become a civil servant, I realized that apart from technical and money thing, so I wanted to be a civil servant.
See, if your childhood dream, you should have gone into some HEC.
Yes, sir, but I like engineering as well, sir. I like the subject, engineering, electronics, sir. So I have taken it.
But are you not denying another person being a technocrat in some other, you could have, or he or she could have got a seat?
Yes, sir, they could have got, sir. That is, I don't think any degree background, they're eligible for the exam anyway. So anyone is equally eligible to get
Yeah.
it.
But you spend more time, more energy, more money into technical degree than any HECs.
Yes, sir, that is because I like the subject, so that is okay to spend the money, I think, sir, money or the energy, since I like the subject.
Because I'm asking this question because all are engineers, technocrats,
Yes.
and the other option for technocrats is coming into civil services. What will all the BA, BSc, BCom graduates will do?
Sir, technical people coming, that doesn't mean that undermining the chances for the other BA and BA degrees. They're also equal capable and they're equal eligible for the exam. Yes.
Good. You do yoga.
Yes.
You practice yoga regularly. Why?
Sir, because that gives mental peace and physical fitness to the body.
Who devised this yoga system?
Sir, from our ancient India, it's Patanjali who devised the yoga.
Patanjali.
principles. Yes.
Not Patanjali. Patanjali.
Patanjali.
This is English problem. These people, they especially North Indians or the TV channels, Patanjali. It is not Patanjali, it's Patanjali. Not elongated version. Patanjali. But do you think before Patanjali itself, yoga was a popular thing in ancient India?
Yes, sir. Maybe if I can guess, I think even in Indus Valley civilization, you can see many postures performing some yogic poses. So that might be a thing, but I'm not aware of that.
Yogic pose means sit,
The meditation pose. which
is it a meditation pose? Can you get exactly what exactly is that pose? That is Shiva you are talking about, Pashupati Mahadeva.
Yes, sir, Pashupati.
Why he is sitting like this? You think why you say it's meditating pose?
Not, I can't say meditation, it's one of the yogic poses.
See, if I sit for passport size also, if you go to passport size, they'll ask you to sit like this.
Yes, sir.
If someone takes my pic, I'd say that he is meditating. Am I?
No, sir, I don't mean, I'm sorry if it's meditating.
No.
Yeah,
It's not your mistake. Many people think that that is a meditation.
Yeah,
I'm
yes.
trying to get some questions out, some material out of this question. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm saying that could be a yogic pose, not a meditation, but one of the pose. It could be, but I'm not aware of that.
You missed another person in between Indus Valley and this Patanjali. There is a man known as Buddha.
Yes, sir, yeah. Yes, Buddha.
Buddha also meditated.
Yes, Buddha.
What is the form of meditation Buddha has preached?
Meditation, no, I'm not aware of the form of meditations.
Vipassana. Heard about it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Vipassana is another meditation. Yoga is physical. Vipassana is completely
Right.
mental. What is the basic aspect of yoga or Vipassana? All these systems address one important aspect of life. What exactly is that? Important aspect. Don't say life. Important aspect. What exactly is that?
So ultimate peace and like being calm, peace with ourselves and attaining some salvation.
Salvation.
Right, and it depends for the person to person. If it's, I can say it's a mental salvation, other than the worldly pleasures, we're going for the mental salvation.
Physical, what do you call, that is mental peace.
Yes.
Physical strength,
Yes, sir, of course.
is it related to physical strength also?
Yes, sir, yoga is related to
Body and mind.
Yes, sir, body and mind, yes.
What exactly is the term you use for this?
Physical strength.
For both. I call it as, or many people call it as psychosomatic relationship.
Yes.
Yoga or Vipassana, all these things are related to psychosomatic relationship. Means your mind and body. Both will be in tune with each other, and that helps to enhance your mental health and physical health. And that is the way you have to understand about this yoga. Okay. So, coming back to Andhra Pradesh, presently you are not working.
Presently, I don't know this.
You were a software developer.
Engineer. Yeah.
Engineer. What was your duties, or what was your job profile exactly?
Sir, mainly I worked in research department, especially in passive safety department. There are actually two safety departments. One is active and other is passive. Passive safety is after the accident, we work for the minimization of effects of accident on the passengers, after, like such as airbag systems. When seatbelts comes under passive safety. My job is to analyze the frequencies of his driving patterns. So based on that, we send, if there is an accident happening, we send an alarm signal or induce airbags at proper times. So my job is to analyze signal process.
Means in which company you worked that was having these projects basically?
Yes, Robert Bosch Engineering Solutions. That works in automobile.
Yes. Okay, fine. So based on the modules, you prepare some patterns, and these are the things like that you.
Mine was to analyze the signals properly and write a code to use some filters to better analyzing, like to get required signal natures.
More technical. People like me can't understand it. But I am completely a social science man after my graduation. So don't know. I was a life science student, botany, zoology, chemistry. So anyway, so how can your understanding of ECE will help in your service, in Group 1 service of Andhra Pradesh?
Sir, one is the main thing what engineers need to be known is problem solving and to work under pressures, like the better analyzing capability. So I think that would be main criteria which I can take from my ECE thing. Another is I can easily understand the technologies, the present is technologies, and imbibe it for the better governance in the systems.
So in that way, engineers are more suitable for government jobs?
No, sir. That can be problem solving. This enhances engineering degree enhances that capability. But if anyone can pursue that capability by nature.
Apart from Carnatic music and yoga, do you have any other habit like reading books?
Yes, sir. I don't read so much of books often.
How many per year?
I can say 5, 6. Other than the subjects.
You are above average, Indian above average. Yesterday there is a survey of reading books. Somewhere I have read. Indian average is 1.72 or somewhere very, very bad. So, what sort of books do you read?
Sir, I mainly read novels which actually reflect the society structure. The example, Sudhamurthy's her books I like, and Arundhati Roy, her books. Yeah, I like such
Which
kind
book of
books.
Arundhati Roy?
The God of Small Things I read.
The next one?
Next, I didn't add the only book I read was I'm so
You
sorry.
you didn't purchase or you didn't gone through that. Do you know the title of the next latest fiction?
I heard of it. She's got a prize for the next book actually.
Which
I'm
one?
not aware of the book name. I'm not.
Check. This is a fiction, but it did not get any prize, I believe.
Okay.
First one is Booker, but this book
Yes,
did not get, or it was shortlisted but could not get
Okay.
into the final list. Anyway, meanwhile, in between these two, she has written a lot of political essays. Have you gone through any political essay for Arundhati Roy?
No, sir, I've actually heard of that. She's a writer, but I haven't gone through.
Do you know what exactly are the opinions or the ideological moorings of Arundhati Roy?
No,
Left, center, right?
no,
Can you categorize like that?
I'm not aware of this.
Or radical, liberal, like that? There are ways. Sudhamurthy, is she radical or liberal?
She's liberal.
Liberal. Arundhati Roy is radical.
Yes.
And you have mentioned two people with complete diverse.
Yes.
Sudhamurthy is a reformistic, and because she is into a different thing and she is writing over. Do you know Sudhamurthy's son-in-law is an important politician today? Not in India. Where?
I'm not aware of that.
He was the finance minister of England. I don't know about the latest things.
Okay.
He was into the Treasury Department as the Secretary of Treasury. His name is Rishi Sanak. Son-in-law of Sudhamurthy.
I'm not aware of that.
So, what are the problems faced by Andhra Pradesh state today?
Sir, one could be the rising unemployment in the state. The other, what can I say, the state is actually moving into debts, and there are less infrastructure developments which are happening right now in the state. That may happen in the future also, but right now that is one of the main issue which is happening in the state. And also the exports were very less compared to the previous years. This past 2 years, and it's one of the main important problems the state is facing nowadays.
Don't you think lack of capital is a problem?
Yes, sir, it could be one of the problem, but that doesn't make much a bigger problem, I feel, because the works are going on fine even without as of now. But yeah, that is a problem, sir, not a bigger thing.
Very good. You are the first person among all the aspirants saying that this is not a problem. This might be one of the problem, but this is not the problem which is hampering the development. You are the first person. All this 1 week or 10 days of my APPSC mock interviews. I appreciate this answer. I'll explain why. Okay. Then you have listed unemployment as the first one. What are the solutions for solving this issue, unemployment? How do you resolve this issue?
So one is mainly for the industries, sir, developing more industries, and other can be like funding more MSMEs could be one of the solution. And coming up from background of Anantapur, I can say agriculture in few districts agriculture is really less. So for other livelihood opportunities for those people, or encouraging for organic farming or millets, that and all could be one of the solutions for that.
What about aquaculture or pisciculture?
Yes, sir, of course.
I think you missed it.
Yes, sir. Since I'm from Anantapur, I'm more towards the drought area solution. So that's yes, sir.
But we have to talk about the
Whole state.
whole state. Because long coastline gives you an opportunity to have a lot of livelihood. The vibrancy is as wide as the sea, as deep as the sea. Is it not?
Yes.
Sea is not a small thing. It gives you lots of opportunities. That is a very very important aspect issue. Why people are not into reading habit nowadays? Can you tell me?
Sorry, sir.
Why not into reading habit?
Reading habit. Sir, one problem I can say, if I may, due to incoming of mobiles, most users of mobiles in the system nowadays. So there is no time for the people to read books because they're reading shorter versions of the books also in the mobile phones as it is, and people are really busy in their virtual lives or to the job. So there is very less time to devote for the books. Yes. Even the information in order to reading for 100 pages of books, they're getting in one page online. So they're going through the internet feeds rather than the books.
Do you think visual media impairs your learning?
Yes, I can say for an extent, not to the amount, but yes, for extent, sir. Because reading gives you much more analysis of the subject. You get an opportunity to visualize of what you're reading. Whereas the visual, it's already shown, so you don't need to think of it. But whereas reading, you visualize of what you're reading, so that gives more of brain improvement.
Are you trying for civil services?
Yes, sir. I've tried in the past years, I've written.
How many attempts you have given till?
Three attempts. Sir. Three attempts.
3 attempts. What was the result?
I cleared prelims, but I couldn't clear mains once.
Actually, you attempted mains. How many times?
Once.
Once. What is your option?
Mathematics.
Mathematics. It's a wonderful scoring subject.
Yes.
How? What was the score in mathematics?
It was very less.
Oh, mathematics is the one which.
Actually, essay also I got less marks. Even maths also.
Why? In why you got essay response?
So it was lack of practice at that time, sir. And other family problems I was facing. So yeah.
Are you stationed in Hyderabad or Anantapur?
Right now in Andhra, sir.
Anantapur. Otherwise, you are practicing from Hyderabad.
Yeah, yes. Earlier I was practicing from Hyderabad. Later, from past 2 years, I was from Andhra.
Okay. So basically, what are the problems? For example, you take the case of Andhra Pradesh tourism sector. Lot of tourist potential is there,
Yes.
but we are not doing well as the other state, that is Karnataka. You might have seen Karnataka tourism.
Yes.
They promote like anything. But what are the problems in Andhra Pradesh?
So one is yes, the promotion was less compared to the other states, and even cleanliness and sanitation is also one of the important aspects we need to see. And redevelopment, so some of the structures like can I say the Lepakshi and all. So they need to be still developed, like properly to be taken care of. And we have actually some of smaller temples in small areas. Can I say in our place we have Chintal Venkatramana Swami temple in Tadipatri. It's a very small temple, but it's very good in architecture. So that places need to be promoted. Then only people will know about the place and they'll come and visit. And also they need to be properly maintained, which is lacking in place.
Bugaramalingeshwar.
Yes.
That is one thing. But is there any problem with the aptitude of the people towards tourism sector, governments and these things?
Attitude, people are more inclined towards hill stations rather than the architecture nowadays. That could be one of the reasons. And other can be they were more into the going to beaches or such kind of places rather than towards the historical places. So that was
Why we are not having this lack of sense of history?
so people should get aware, sir, and they should be proud of their history. There need to be awareness even in the schools, or they should take for the cultural trips to the cultural places, such that even kids can get the knowledge of it.
Why not? Why we are not having that? Whose fault is this?
Fault as in it's yes, sir, it is not into the system because we are more into the some can say it's a westernized culture of going to beaches or to the hill stations rather than acknowledging our own history and culture.
Why you should say it as westernized?
Because the people in Western countries, they usually, whenever they get a free time, they go to the beaches, they go to the hill station, have a pass peaceful time. So people are more inclined towards that kind of way also.
So last question. If you are posted in Andhra Pradesh as Group 1 officer, which sector you prefer to join or prefer to serve first? Sector.
So, education.
Why?
So, since childhood, my both parents were teachers. I've seen children in the school; they're more knowledge at the young ages. But while they grew up, because of some constraints like poverty and many other things, they couldn't grow further in the future. So I think it's a main basic thing for a system to grow. It's a every individual, every citizen needs proper education at the childhood itself. So I think education, especially childhood education,
District.
is another question.
Why so?
Because first of all, it's my home district, and second is I've seen the problems there, so I can get a better solution to the problems over there.
Aruku, Paderu, such areas are more having more problems than Anandpur.
Yes, sir. I'll do my 100% if I posted there. That is, the place is really not an issue. So if I'm given an option, I'll choose Aridupur because it's my home district.
Good.